Hi, I'm Chip Roan with your Armstrong Neighborhood Channel, and you're watching In the Know. For this episode, we are at the Connellsville Township Volunteer Fire Department, and joining me is Joe Kaczynski. Hello, Joe.
How you doing, Chip? Good to see you again.
I'm going well. Good to see you, too. Joe is the Public Relations Officer for the fire department here, and I was telling Joe it seems like this rolls around quicker than every year. Must mean we're getting older.
Yeah, could be.
Yeah, but they're getting ready for their upcoming Fun Fest. If you want to talk about when that's
Sure.
happening and all that good stuff.
Sure. Our annual Fun Fest, or street fair, is going to take place here on our property on June 5th, 6th, and 7th. That's a Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And we will have our standard events that we've had for a mainstay with us, as well as some new and returning events, just to kind of to mix things up a little bit. But we appreciate our community that comes out and supports us, not only our local Connellsville Township folks, but it is widespread outside of the area.
Yeah. So this is your 21st year for this.
Right.
So you've been doing it for a long time.
That we have.
And I've been here the last probably 6-7 years.
Right.
And with Armstrong, and we're glad to be part of that too. But it's like a fine oil machine.
It is.
Yeah.
That saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah.
It really applies here. Throughout the years, we've tweaked and gotten it to the point where you want to say it runs by itself, but it doesn't, because there's so many people behind the scenes that have been working on this to get it to where it is now, to get it out there and be ready to go. We appreciate the support that we do get from Armstrong, because you guys are one of our sponsors. As usual, you sponsor, I believe it's Thursday night, you're going to be our main sponsor.
Right.
So we appreciate that, the help that the community gives us on that. But the guys here at the station who do a lot of the behind the scenes work that nobody really sees. They just see what happens out here on our property and how it flows and how easy it is to really come up here and have a good time.
Yeah, it is a good time, and you are right. We're here Thursday night. We'll have our booth set up. We'll have the prize wheel there, and we're bringing that back for folks to do. And I know you don't have a lot of help. You know, you have a good crew here, but it's a lot to pull off for a few people.
It is. You know, we've got a good list of active members, and then we also have our Ladies Auxiliary, who are a very, very big part of this as well. They will run their cake wheel again as usual.
It's right next to our booth. It's very appetizing.
Right, and so I will put the push out there for anyone in the community who wants to support our Ladies Auxiliary by donating a baked good to them. They would be happy to receive them here at the station, and then they'll be on the cake wheel throughout the 3 days. Our community did very well support us during our recent fish fry as well, where a call went out for the need for some cakes, and boy, did they flood the station. And let me tell you, they were good cakes.
Yes, I got to experience some of that too. And that's an old-fashioned thing, the cake wheel.
Yes.
But it's a tradition here.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
We try to mix up a little bit of what's old and what's new and what's up and coming into our Fun Fest in order to keep it where people want to come back every year.
Yeah, that's great. Well, let's start out with Thursday. What's happening Thursday night?
So Thursday night is, as I said, it's Armstrong Night, and that's going to run from 6 to 8. So we'll open up here like 5:30, 6 o'clock at night. We'll actually run till 9, depending upon the crowd, see how things go. Hopefully, we're going to be in the good weather zone during that time, for the whole event, and we'll have open our regular games of chance, our booths here for the kids to come in and play. There's a DJ. Our food booth will be, of course, open. Chinese auction will be set up. We'll have the old-fashioned sodas and floats back again. Something that, as I mentioned earlier, we're going to be bringing back. Several years ago, we had the bouncy houses here. Well, they went away for a while. Now they're coming back again this year. New season of bouncy houses. The other thing that we're bringing back, but in a new way, is the axe throwing. So we had the axe throwing from the Coffee on Crawford group down here in town, and I guess they were really axe throwing on Crawford. But we're bringing a different setup this year where it's kid friendly. That was for adults. This is going to be kid friendly. It's an inflatable axe throwing setup. I don't know much more about it than that.
Yeah.
So everybody should just come up and experience it
It's
themselves.
kid-friendly, though.
As far as I've been told, yeah, it's kid-friendly and safe, and it'll be a nice added piece that we'll have, and that'll be here throughout the entire time. But our Thursday night is kind of like the check everything out night. We do all our setup throughout the week. then Thursday night we it's like you throw the light switch and make sure everything's working and runs smoothly, so that for Friday and Saturday you're really in full swing.
Yeah. Now you said food booth, but I'll correct you. It's actually a food building.
That's true. That's true.
Because this building behind me, or behind us, I should say, is actually where all the food is at.
That's right. We take over basically the first 2 bays of our truck bay here, and we set up in there. We have our full kitchen inside, of course. It's backing them up, but the food is really one of the things that we think people come out for.
I would agree with that.
Let's just say it's that home cooked, fair food, for want of a better way to say that. It's your standard fare, but with our standard twists that we do here at the fire department, and there'll be the funnel fries and the regular hamburgers and hot dogs and whatever else that
you have some platters too, I think, don't you?
Right, they'll put together platters and have where you can just for one price get your meal. They've had the fried Oreos and things like that. So we'll see what they put on the menu this year, but I am confident there is going to be something that everybody will be happy with.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And I see a lot of people coming in for dinner. Like we're here Thursday night, and so Thursday night is usually a work night.
Sure.
And folks are coming in. You have it available for takeout too, so if they don't want to stay here, they can take it home.
Yeah, they can just they'll package it up in a to-go container and off they go with it. Yeah.
But I know the food is a big thing and a good thing. So how about Friday night? What's happening Friday?
So Friday night is going to be our again the booths and there'll be a DJ that night. Chinese auction, old-fashioned sodas are here, and that should also be the night that we have our annual car show.
Okay.
It's the first cars receive dash plaques. The first, I don't know exactly what their number is, but the first grouping of cars that come in will receive dash plaques, and then it's going to be a judging of the cars at 7 o'clock at night. That's sponsored by Crivelli Chevrolet Buick Incorporated. They've been our sponsor with that for a few years now, and basically they, as long as the weather holds, which is so big in how the car how the cars show up, because they're not going to take their little babies out if it's bad weather.
No, and I don't blame them.
Right, exactly. We don't either. But hopefully the back end of our lot will be filled with the cars.
Yeah, well, I know you have a nice selection there because I was here one time on a Friday, and they were coming through, and it was like a parade of cars coming in.
Right.
Which is nice.
It's nice, yeah. Crivelli helps to promote it for us, and as they do go to some of the other shows around where there are car shows, they help promote it for us, and so that works it well for us.
Yeah. And then how about Saturday?
So Saturday's our final night. Before I do move on to Saturday, let me tell you the band for Friday night is going to be Mischief.
Okay.
And they're going to play on our stage here from 7 to 10.
Okay.
Yeah. So then Saturday, the final night of our festival. So it's always the big night. And that, again, everything will be set up as normal. You'll still get chances at the Chinese auction, but we will also give them away that night. So you can be here for those. The entertainment again this year will be Tim Litvin. Tim has been with us for a few years now.
Yes.
Brings a nice crowd with him. And generally, he finishes his show and comes over and says, "So what's your dates for next year?"
Yeah.
Because he enjoys coming out here and doing his show here.
He brings a nice crowd,
He
too.
does. He does. And we really enjoy having him here. And then, of course, at 10 o'clock, we'll have what's one of the area's largest fireworks displays. And that is brought to us totally by our ladies auxiliary.
Yeah, well, it's nice they help you out. Now, I know they help you in a lot of other ways, but that's a big thing there.
It is. They sponsor and have been since, I believe, day one, the sponsor of our fireworks display. And, you can see it from here. We're not going to tell you can't see it other places, but we prefer you come up here.
And it's best here because you can get something to eat.
Sure.
If you're going to have to watch it from home, you're going to have to clean up your own dishes.
That's right.
Yeah, and that's not any fun.
No, not at all. But it's a great show, and then that kind of wraps up our whole weekend for us.
Now, your festival's early on the calendar, so it's one of the first ones, actually, that happens, which is a nice thing, and people are anxious to get out and do something.
We've always tried to be earlier in the season rather than late so that we're not competing against anybody else. And this way, too, we're hoping that, people are ready and primed to get out the door and come on up and see us.
You mentioned your fish fries, and that's one of your big fundraisers. But this is probably your biggest fundraiser.
This is one of them, yeah. If we had to put put a group of them together, this be probably in the top 3 to 5.
Yeah.
This and our fish fry, of course, which we just wrapped up.
Yeah, and that runs throughout Lent, so that's multiple weeks,
Right,
of course.
right.
But it takes a lot of money to keep all this equipment that we're seeing
It
behind
does.
us. Yeah, just
It
to
does.
maintain it, to purchase it.
Right, just to maintain it, to operate it, to train with it, to get everybody, to get everything what we need here.
Yeah.
And one of the latest additions would be a full set of battery-operated Hearst rescue tools.
Okay. Wow.
We still carry our standards,
Uh-huh.
but this now gives us a little more flexibility in quicker setup time.
Yeah.
And also, if we have to go into a precarious situation over a hillside or whatever, we're not bringing a power plant and hoses and things. We're taking one piece of equipment over, already assembled, ready to go, and we have those equipped on several of our units here now.
And a lot of times when there's auto accidents, they're not in a place where they're easy to access. Sometimes they are down over a hill.
Right. Obviously, we're in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's a lot of flat land in Pennsylvania.
Right. Yeah. That's why you have all those guide rails, right?
Yeah.
Try to keep you on the road. But I know the equipment's a big expense. And you mentioned earlier about people coming and supporting the event from all over. But you actually provide protection all over, too. Because when there needed assistance in neighboring communities, you would actually go there.
Right. Our primary response area, of course, is Connellsville Township, but we do run mutual aid with, like Bolskin and New Haven Hose and anybody else who'll place the call for us. So as long as we're able to get there, we're going to help out when we can.
Yeah, and you mentioned about the Hearst tools, 119, which goes through the township. I know there's a lot of auto accidents on there. Sorry to say.
Yes, there are, and we don't have a lot of 119 as our response area, but that doesn't really seem to matter.
Yeah,
an accident's going to happen wherever.
Yeah.
And between 119 and, let's say, Springfield Pike, which are probably the two of the bigger primary roadways through the area, we just need to be prepared for whatever might come up. You've got a lot of truck traffic that runs both of those routes, and a lot of commuter traffic. So we just want to make sure that we're prepared to do what we need to do to help out in a situation.
Right. So if someone doesn't know how to find you, what's the address for the location?
We're here at 905 Fireman Street,
Connellsville. Actually, right close to the Dairy Queen. So if you know where the Dairy Queen is in Connellsville,
right,
it's kind of across the street from there.
Yeah, just down
and
the
you have
road
signs marking where to enter.
Yes, there'll be signs up on the roadway for where everybody needs to come down.
And you have lots of parking here, which is nice.
Yeah, plenty of parking, plenty of space. We work very closely with our across the street neighbors to make sure that we share the space with what's needed.
That's good.
And there's always going to be something for somebody to come out to do rather. Bring the kids, bring the family, come out and enjoy the weekend.
It's definitely a kids event. A lot of booths I know are geared towards the kids, and they have a good time. And it's not a high cost either, so it's something you can do that is really affordable. Since
this was started, it's always been geared as a family friendly, and we wanted to maintain it that way throughout all the years. So I think we've kind of hit that nail pretty well.
I would agree with that. Facebook page, people can get more information?
Yes, so there's a Facebook page that they can go to, and then we'll also start posting some things on our website as well.
Yeah, that's under, what is your website? Connellsville Township Volunteer. Just Google
Connellsville Township Volunteer Fire Department.
And sorry for the trick question. And then also for Facebook, if you go to Connellsville Township Volunteer Fire Department, Fun Fest.
And there'll be a Fun Fest page established just for this.
You can find us online. Just take a look. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's where a lot of the information comes from nowadays for everybody. So.
Oh, it does. Yeah. And even directions.
But you'll see our little signs. I call them our political signs. Will be out saying when our event's going to be, and people will be able to find us here.
Yeah, well, I'm glad it's almost here because I'm tired of winter.
Yeah. So tell me about
it. Moving on to better weather. Well, Joe, wish you well with the event.
Thank you.
Thanks for what you do here and what the fire department does here to take care of the community.
Thanks, and we appreciate the support that Armstrong gives us. And final thing is just come on out and enjoy the time with us here at Fun Fest.
Sounds good. And now you're in the know.